Bear with me, guys, while I do some housekeeping. A lazy. Oh, I'm taking that crap off. This will be a lazy day. I'm not doing much. I'm just gonna be playing car mechanic for a while, maybe something else, but customization, turn off live reactions. Sorry guys, I'm turning off the live reactions. I hate the thing. It blocks my... What's wrong with the mic? Tell me to fix it, doesn't tell me what's wrong with it. Is that better? And where's it coming from? Could be. Hello? 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 That's your little phone. Since I'm not going to be playing out. Come on. Alright. So that should have fixed the mic. Now, all I'm doing is playing car mechanic for right now. Because I bought a lot of cars. What they're all in. Okay, so right now we're working on a Royale Town, wherever the frick that is. I actually had the list. Give me a sec. Royale Town. Clutch probably knows what it is off the top of his head. I could give a shit half the time. It's an Opel Corsa, whatever the frick that is. I'm just stripping this thing down and I'm gonna rebuild it from. Now, I knew I saw you. We do have some cool cars. I bought cars. Jonathan's gonna be annoyed at me. I also found out some stuff. She'll also probably make Jonathan annoyed at me. Like, I'm not sure if you knew that if you buy junk piles, you have a chance of finding a car map for the barns. You don't have to wait to get them in. You don't have to wait to get the car maps for the barns by leveling. You can actually buy them. You have a chance of finding one in the junkyard if you get the junk piles. I wonder if he knew that. Do you know that, Clutch? That if you go to the junk piles, you have a chance of finding a car map for the barns? I've found 3 so far. And I also bought a shit ton of parts and rebuilt most of them. I made like 30 grand. I spent 20 and so far I've made 30 by buying body parts in the garage and remodeling them and selling them. It was hilarious. I was like, oh, I don't need that, I don't need that, I don't need that. It's just... I'm never going to build that car, I'm never going to build that car, never going to build that car, and I just sold off any fenders and stuff after I fixed them all. I may do hunting as well. I haven't decided. I may not stream for more than an hour or 2. All depends on how I feel. I did not have the best of days yesterday. Not bad. Like I personally did fine. I'm a little tired, but after being sick all last week, just exhausted. Muscle exhaustion from the effed up side effects I end up with. Adjusting to the medication that I was partially off of. Hey, Chris. Having to get used to the high dose. I missed that? Right. But now that I should be back adjusted. Hopefully this week won't be as bad with the medication. I also have a Jaguar XJS. That's why I couldn't find parts for it before when I was looking. So I was putting JSX. I have a Porsche Carrera GT. I have this. I love this. The DC Typhoon. It is a beautiful car. I think I have one more. Do I not have another? I could have sworn there was a 5th car back here. Nope. Oh no, it was one of those. It was a dragster that I did not mean to buy. So I just cleaned it up, fixed, put good body panels on it, and then sold it. Too soon. I will not be playing Redline tonight. Do not ask. Do not pressure me to ask. If you pressure, I'll stop the stream. I'm just not feeling it right now. Anybody asks about me playing Redline or playing Alex, I won't be playing her. Not today. There's a bunch of shit that went down yesterday. And I'll get to it eventually. But both playing Alex and what happened yesterday. But right now, I just want to kind of veg on playing a game that has no... The worst thing I don't do is make money. Damn. Okay. I had a lot of shit happen yesterday. Not a lot of shit. One big ass thing that happened yesterday that kind of fucked with some stuff mentally. And I'm tired. I rode a bike. I was riding my bike all day yesterday for 10 hours. And it's 110 degrees, or for Jonathan and those guys, like 32 degrees plus. And it was very humid, and I'm just tired. And to top it all off, at the end of my night, my last run in, it's 2 a.m. in the morning. I park my bike up against the building to go punch out and cash out, and I hear a scream and yelling, and I'm thinking, oh crap, because not that far away from where our business is the overpasses to go to a bridge to cross the Mississippi River. Underneath the overpasses, they have homeless people. I thought a couple of homeless people were just going at it, screaming at each other. You know, it happens at 2, 3 in the morning. It's just, that's the city. And just as I was about to enter the building, another car pulled up, and I'm looking around for somebody yelling, screaming, carrying on, wondering whether or not we were going to have to get the cops. And he looks up, and I then look up, and there's a girl sitting on the side of the overpass over top of nothing. I witnessed an attempted suicide last night. We got the cops called. We had a whole bunch of people out there talking to her, trying to stop her from jumping. She was a good 150, 200 feet off the ground. I'm not sure if the fall would have killed her, except for the fact that underneath where she would have fallen off, there's a very small margin she would have hit a dirt hill that just happens to be there, or the concrete retaining walls for the downside of the coming downside of the overpasses to come back down off them before you go up over the bridge. So we had somebody talking to him, and we had one last car driver out on the road, and we told him where to go. Well, I didn't. One of the girls did inside. We, as in like the staff, told him how to get to where she was. He parked behind her, coming up behind her on the overpass that she was sitting on. I'm like, I didn't know it was, as I heard yelling and screaming, but I didn't look up. I was looking out because the way it echoes underneath the thing, I thought it was down below and that it was over by where the homeless people had their tents. So we're all talking and we're trying to not talk her down, but talk her down from jumping. And one of our drivers got behind her, grabbed her before she could leap, and hauled her back off the ledge. Got her down, got her calmed down enough. I'm not sure what happened after that. I know the cops showed up. Apparently she tried to run off, or she did run off, or our driver was taking her home. But that doesn't matter. The police have to check on her. So they needed to contact him, and it was a whole thing. So it was very stressful. And I hate saying it, I was done. I didn't care. I've seen somebody jump. I was living in Philly, and downtown way higher than 200 feet. This was not like a 4-story, you know, or a couple hundred feet. This was off of a, you know, 30-story plus building. So I'm not gonna, you know, it just brought back too much stress. So, which is why I'm not doing anything but playing games that don't require me to make much effort. This game does not require me much effort. It's pretty rote. I don't worry about it too much. What kind of engine am I building for this stupid thing? I think I can put multiple different engines in this. So to answer your question, Chris, no, I will not be playing Redline tonight. Don't ask. I'm going to build the supercharger. I'm just not bothered. I don't want to have to put the mental effort into it. Just like I want to play a game where I shoot at shit, I'll do the hunting game. Because again, I don't want to be I'm not bothered taking the effort to maintain the character or the mental state that I need to be in for the characters. It's just not in me tonight. I will be playing the characters this week. I will be streaming Redline this week. I'll be doing other stuff this week that is a bit of a surprise. I can't be bothered to do Redline tonight. It's just, I can't be bothered to do any RP stuff tonight at all. I'm not even gonna try. It's just not happening. Okay, so I already swapped all the parts. Let's go build the engine before I forget to build the engine. So last time I did that, I forgot to build the engine and I was all pissed off because I thought I lost the engine. 180, but the 13. Oh, now. Yeah, I just can't be bothered, Christopher. I'm very sorry. If you want me to play, I can't be bothered. I just, no. And what we're going to turn that car into, I think I can buy high-end fuel filters for this, is it's going to be Mikey's second we're building Mikey another yeah, I know I could buy fuel filters. Let's get 10 of these. Gonna build him another little whiny bitch mobile. Actually, I'm not even gonna wait. I gotta do this. Here. No, not that. I can do 3 things. What could I put on the front? Okay. Add-ons. Roof box. That's the roof. Way far. Air scoop. Oh, cool. Buy one. Okay. I'm gonna put this police siren on top. We're gonna put, I think, spoiler 5, maybe spoiler 1. Let's do spoiler 7. There we go. horrible. Scoop on it with a red light. It was super. We're putting superchargers in this sucker and everything too. I'm putting everything high-end parts. We're gonna do all high-end parts on this bad boy. Somebody message me. Okay, save. Okay, back to building the car. Engine. Power steering pump. Can I buy that as... I get 10 of these. And 10 alternators. Those are... Okay. Do I have one of these? No, I do not. Let's get 5 of these. Oh, 10 of them. I use a bunch of these 14s. The question, do I have a 14 shaft? No. Really? Wrong way. Give me 5 of these. Piston with Concord. I know I can buy these, but right now I'm getting 50 of the normal ones for when I do regular cars. And we'll get the 6 we need for this car. So I do only have 80 grand to spend on this thing. Even though I am gonna sell it once I'm done with it. But yeah, yesterday was not... Yesterday wasn't a bad day. I wish they'd sent me home earlier, then I wouldn't have to deal with what I had to deal with. But I did make good money, so... You know, it's half of one, 6 of another kind of thing. It's... I wish I'd gone home early, but at the same time, if I'd gone home early, I wouldn't have made all that much in the way of funds, and I'd have to go and do work for Uber, or I'd have to do an extra day next week for the pizza parlor, which would mean I wouldn't be able to stream as much. And again, I'm trying to reduce how much I have to work. So me, Sundays are going to be a I don't want to deal with shit day. That's why I kind of always made them a new game, or a game that, didn't, it was always supposed to be like new game or something different. I had always planned it to be that way. Oh, I got these. Do not have those. But with everything going on, today is just going to be I want to play something and just vent a little. And again, any of you guys who are in my Discord, I have it as a part of my rules. If you're ever thinking about hurting yourself or others, do not hesitate to reach out. I've seen it, what can happen, and it goes bad. It is not a good choice. I've contemplated. I thought about it when I was 10 years old. I thought about it when I was 15 years old. I thought about it when I was 16, 17, 18. There have been a number of times in my life where the thought of taking my own life came out. Never a good idea. Never ever a good idea. It solves nothing. Solves nothing. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody else. And it's just there's always some better option. Whether you're willing to take that option is the difference. As they say, you can only help those who want to help themselves. I don't believe in imprisoning people who have a mental illness. I don't think that's the way to go with any of that stuff. That usually ends up just making them worse. Medications can help, but not always. And half the damn time, the medication just makes them no longer the people they are. I never liked being on. I have medications for disorders that I have, sleeping disorders and psychological disorders. I have medications for them. I don't take them because I was the one who asked for them, and I asked only because the lack of sleep was starting to physically hurt me. But they gave them to me, and they said, "Here, take these." I'm like, I will take them as needed. Because the sleep medications make me very not me for a number of days. Just one dose makes me sleep for a lot longer than I need to sleep. I have stuff I have to do in my day. Do I have cam gears? I do. But can I buy high-end cam gears? One, get good throttle. Okay, no, you can't get... All right. But yeah. Hurting yourself is never the option. Hurting others is never a good option. Because in hurting others, you also hurt yourself. I know it's a cliche, but that's where it is. I don't have the high-end ignition coils right now. Okay. Nope, not what I wanted to click. That's what I wanted to click. Call somebody, talk to a friend, anything is better than other options that you might think of. especially if they involve taking your life or somebody else's. I contemplated doing that too. I always talk about a story about how when I was a kid in high school, I took my father's 6-shot 44 revolver. And I was a good shot with it. My dad taught us. We were all, hit dead, hit center mass. And in my school, these idiots would have thought I was kidding. Until I put a hole in one the size of a dime that came out the size of a ball bearing out, not ball bearing, a freaking bowling ball coming out their back. Because that's what happens when the rounds my dad used when they hit you. They were not like modern rounds. They were a Civil War pistol. It's a reproduction competition gun. And the damn things, they went into you the size of a dime, came out the size of a freaking cannonball. Yeah, I can't believe you can't buy a high-end. It's just, I'll buy 4 of these. I don't use them a lot, but I do use them. I do need these, though. These, because those are, they don't. I'll get 25 of these because not every car uses this version. So we only buy half. We normally buy. And the only thing that kept me from going through the plan, which was to take out my bullies and then take myself out, was a very teenager a very kid logic thing, which was, if I do this, and my dad's gonna be so pissed that I took his gun out of the gun locker. Not, hey, my parents are gonna be really upset that I died, or that I killed myself, or that I killed somebody else. No, it was my dad is gonna be pissed if he finds out I screwed around with his gun. That's what kept me from doing anything. And I think that's what's wrong with a lot of the world. Is people ain't they're not afraid of their. And it wasn't even like, okay, being pissed. I don't mean he was gonna beat me. He never did that. We got spanked. We got slapped if we mouthed off or something, but we weren't beaten or anything. I wasn't a beaten child. At least not by my parents. I was by kids in my school, though. No, when I say he'd be pissed, I was more worried I'd make him disappointed. That what I was planning to do would make him angry and disappointed in me. Because all I ever wanted was my dad's approval. I was the kid. I was the middle kid. My brother was the sports star. My little sister was daddy's little girl. I was more like my father. Because I got told that by, a number of people. I was more like my father than my brother was. With regards to art and intelligence. I'm not working on that car. I was more like my dad when it came to his interest in art and history and all that shit. My brother never gave a shit about history or any of that stuff. I mean, he paid enough attention and liked the stuff enough to, because my dad liked it, so he gotta like it. But, yeah, my brother was never, the history buff that I am. My brother was never the art student that I was. He did it, but it wasn't like he didn't purposely focus his entire life around it. My brother wanted to be a baseball player. He wanted to be a soccer player, play sports. He wanted to play football. I never gave a shit about that stuff. Most because I didn't think I was all that good at it. Because my brother was better than me, and yet I've talked to people afterwards who are like, dude, I don't know why you didn't do it, because you were actually good. The only thing I thought I was good at was the martial arts stuff, where I did make, I was second in my weight class. I was like, and age. You know, second for my weight class and age. I was the, you know, the kid everybody wanted to beat when they went to tournaments. I was known for that. But martial arts, it's not like now where, you know, you tell somebody, yeah, I'm a black belt in Taekwondo, and you know, did tournaments with segment. Like, wow, are you gonna go professional with it? Are you gonna do like, you know, are you gonna, you know, eventually slide over into like MMA or something? We didn't have MMA. You know, there was no professional. You had to go out of the country to do anything where you'd actually make money at it. So it was a hobby. And now, like, you know, Christ, there's people that, you know, I don't have any more ventilated. I gotta buy some ventilated brakes. Let's see here. Ventilated brakes. Yeah, we'll get 12 of these. That way I can do 3 cars. And, yeah, my dad, you know, we read the same books, but we didn't get to talk about him as much, and he didn't read the sword and sorcery books I read. You know, his was all the war history books, and there's only so much you can talk about that. And when you're reading the same stuff they are already, the opinion is going to be the same. So there's not much to talk about. So I didn't talk to my dad that much. My dad, the type where if he was watching a movie, you could only talk during commercials. If we were watching something on TV, like a documentary on that kind of stuff. Gotta make some brakes. Gotta pop these, though. You know, because I grew up in the era where, you know, every show had commercials, unless you were watching like HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, or something like that. You know, there was no streaming services. You know, none of that stuff existed back then. So we didn't talk to Dad that much about anything. Then he didn't, you know, with his dad, he didn't talk about a lot of stuff. That's just the way it was. He did better than his dad did, you know, with regard to us kids. That's all. I'll give my dad that. He did the best. He knew how. And he did better than his own father. Because his dad was a hard man. And I mean hard, I don't mean hard as in like, you know, like rough or he didn't smack him around or anything. I mean hard as in like the character that I wrote my detective books off is based off of him. He's a man who, when he got hurt on the job as a well driller, had like severe, like super serious injuries to his arm and leg with cuts down to the bone, where he had the scars the rest of his life. My grandfather, like, did shit like you're just like, oh my god, how, like, it's like you don't do what he did. He drove himself home because he forgot where the ER was. Now you gotta remember, this is the 40s, 50s. They didn't have cell phones, and they lived out in the middle of nowhere. You know, like they lived Hunterdon County, not Hunterdon County. What was it, Hunterdon? Was it Mercer or Hunterdon? Middle of the state of New Jersey. Which is a lot of farmland, and the closest major city was Trenton, and they lived 2 hours away from Trenton. Mercer County was I think it was. But yeah, he couldn't remember where the hospital was. He couldn't remember where the local emergency room was, and he drove past it to get home. And he walked in the house. This is what he walked into the house. His arm wrapped in a work towel. What am I doing? Why is it? There we go. Walked into the house, got a beer and a spare box of cigarettes or a cigar or something. He smoked. Grabbed a mop on his way back, got water on the mop, and mopped the floor on his way out, because if he didn't, my grandmother would have kicked his ass for getting blood on the floor of the kitchen and not cleaning it up. She would have kicked his ass for that. So he mopped the floor on his way back out to sit on the porch and wait for my grandmother to get home to take him to the hospital, which he drove past. And he sat outside for like an hour or two, smoking cigarettes and drinking beer. Big old huge cut across his forearm that he had tied with a towel. And it was a work towel, so it wasn't a clean towel. This is a grimy towel that he cleaned like dirt and grimy on his hands off of while working as a well driller. And he had his leg tied off, with his belt. And people ask me why I named my main character the way I did. I said, well, it's my grandfather's first name, my dad's first name, and the last name of the character is his mother's maiden name, Scomp. And that's how it's pronounced. I don't care what anybody else wants to claim. That's how I was told it was pronounced, Scomp. That's the way my dad pronounced it. And the middle name of the character is my mother's maiden name, Hartung. Which is English and Dutch. There's a whole bunch of our family. The Hartungs have been in the United States for a while. We've got a town named after us in New Jersey. We've got a whole township, a lake. My family has been in Warren County, northern New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York area for quite a long time. Pre-Civil War, there's been Hartungs. Yeah, we've got Hartungs all over the freaking country. Where we were, to me, vaguely related to Patrick Swayze, which made my mother and half the women in the family just, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. When he was still alive, they invited him to the family reunions. He never came. Much to their he should have come to the show. Because he had Hartungs in his family, so we're related to the Swayzes in some way, shape, or I don't know about that crap, but they were always excited about that. We were related to Edward Longshanks, the King of England, who tortured what's his darn name? All I can remember his character's name. The movie name for him was Braveheart. He's the evil king from the movie Braveheart. He's the English conquering king, Edward Longshanks. And I always asked whether or not we were related to him directly through his son, or were related to him as some cousin or brother's kids or something, nephews, nieces. And I always got asked why I asked that. It's just because, according to legend, and until somebody does some proper genetic testing, Edward Longshanks' grandkids were probably not his grandkids, because his son was supposedly not the father of the children that eventually became the kings of England after him. So that always used to tick my aunt off, the one aunt that did the genealogy for the family, because I actually bothered to look into history and learn the crappy side that exists. People don't like it when you point out the fact that, oh yeah, we're great, we're related to Edward Longshanks. He was known as being one of the evilest kings in British history. But yeah, sure, let's brag about it. Let's brag about the fact that we're descended from a bunch of murdering a-holes who were known for being anything but good people. Never understood that. But then here, I still know it and I still talk about it, you know, so take that for what it is. It's, yay, we were related to them. You know, it's like saying, yeah, we were related to some of the first pilgrims to land in Plymouth area in Massachusetts. Yay, we helped bring, like, a second plague to the Americas after Columbus brought a first one that wiped out the most of the indigenous people. Yeah, that's one thing we don't teach. I wonder if it's still taught, if it has started being taught in schools. When Columbus and the Spanish came to the Caribbeans and South America, they brought a plague with them. The conquistadors brought plague with them. Now, I don't mean like black plague or anything. A plague as in like they brought smallpox. They brought a plague. Like they brought the flu. They brought all kinds of germs with them from Europe that the the indigenous people of the Americas could not deal with. Their bodies just weren't, you can't. If you've never dealt with it, you're gonna have a high death rate. Mostly because your body just can't deal. So, what most people didn't know, and we didn't know until now, I'm gonna say, within my lifetime, well after I graduated high school, this was discovered. Or rediscovered, because we kind of knew about it. We based part of the American Declaration of Independence off of it. We knew about these people, or at least educated people of the era knew about it. Benjamin, all of them knew about it. That there was at one point in time in the Americas an American Indian nation that populace rivaled that of Europe's, right? And we based part of the Declaration of Independence off of their governments. We based part of like their belief system, their government, the way they ruled, and it stretched from the Great Lakes all the way down into Mexico. Included the Pueblo Indians, and we act. It's not that we act. The knowledge was lost, essentially. It existed. We had information on it, but it wasn't part of the accepted status quo that the government was pushing on the American people to get them to go and do what they want to do, which was take over the rest of the United States. So, no, the American Indians are, primitives. They've always been primitives. And that's been taught to us going, that started well before, they thought, oh, yeah, it's the deep state. Nah, bullshit. It's just governments being governments. You want to you're gonna make yourself look as good as you can look, so that way you stay in power. That's not deep state. That's not any bull. It's not. There's no conspiracy. It's done in the open. It's done 2/3 of the times. It's done with the blessing of the people. What did we care? What did the Americans, the new Americans care? The new American pull out. Why would I pull the engine out? There's no engine in there. Engine's already in the bay. Can't be an engine in the bay. Me putting that muffler on? No way putting that muffler on. You take that off. But, like, there we go. Yeah, putting that muffler on. I don't know why, because you can't put the muffler on the engine block. So, whatever. So, we Scholars knew, educated men knew that there was a major native... What? Did I? Don't mind me, I'm pissed. Oh, because I was putting it on for the old and... Okay. I shouldn't have put that part on, that part of that exhaust system on, because it wouldn't hook up to that supercharger. And now you're going to make me bring it all the way back down. Sorry, this fucking piece of... So, the American Indians, that's the only way I'm going to be able to say it, it gets really confusing. The North American tribes that we came across once we started trying to colonize North America were the survivors of a plague. And, I mean, you're talking the Mad Max, like, no wonder they were, quote-unquote savage. No wonder they were, rough and ready and appeared primitive. They weren't really, though. And in fact, it's already been shown that the guy who guided the Pilgrims was a Native American who knew English and had been in North America for a number of years already. Or not North America, Europe for a number of years. Was going around Europe trying to find. That's who guided the Pilgrims when they got here. He was trying to find people in Europe to help his people in North America, and he found the Pilgrims. I'm not sure how good an idea that was, but that's neither here nor there. So he wanted people to go back, and he did it to get rid of the ones who hurt his people. He did it as a revenge thing. He wanted to go back and take back because, it was Mad Max. It was like starving, half sick, hard living people were like trying to they were getting away from where everybody was dying, which was the huge tribal areas that ran from the Great Lakes to Mexico, because the coasts were not as heavily populated. They were more in the center, which was the heartland. We call it the heartland of America. So all these people were moving away from the dead zones of the tribal peoples and taking over territories of existing tribes that were a part of them but not a part. And they were like, it was just, it's been used as a model for what might happen if there is a big enough pandemic to empty out the cities. Think about it this way. The people that the guide for the Pilgrims to the Americas were your country, like your people that live in the non-city area. And Pocahontas's people were the desperate, very they were very they're desperate people. They were the survivors of essentially plagues, as far as they were concerned, that were trying to find safe places to live again, and were doing it by taking over areas. Well, they were the survivors, meaning they were the ones who built up antibodies. They were the ones who survived the sicknesses. Well, they were bringing that sickness, because they still had it, to other tribes that they were coming across and killing them. or killing them to take their land, because it was, you know, land that, you don't have that part, what? Did I not have that either? No, okay. Nope, I don't need the rerun, I need that. So, and then you top it off with, you know, they were just going in and saying, hey, you know, help us, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll help you, and then, like, people start getting sick, and they're like, okay, you need to leave, you know, we're dying, and it's because of you, we started dying when you came here, we're not leaving, make us, you know. It's just, you know, and it's a cycle. And then we came along, and we brought different sicknesses that the Indians didn't have. We brought we brought different, because by the time the Pilgrims had come, we'd had other plagues go through Europe. I think between the time of Columbus and the time of the Pilgrims, smallpox had not been a thing. There's a whole bunch of new diseases that the Europeans brought with them that the survivors from the last diseases didn't have immunity to. At least not in the North Americas. In the South Americas, it's a little different because the Spanish were constantly in and out. But that immunity didn't translate across continents at that point in time because, you know, yeah, we didn't have international travel. At least not convenient. How the hell did we get on this topic? Or how the hell did I get on this topic? Anyway, but, you know. Much like in my ramblings, I never know how I got there or what I was doing when I started it, but we finished it. Oh, history buff stuff with my dad. But yeah, we learned shit. I learned shit from, you know, we were one of the first families to have History Channel, cable, all that. Because my father had cable in his, like, in their first apartments, and like all the stuff that, you know, my parents had. We weren't rich by any stretch of the imagination. We were middle class. We were doing better than most, but not as good as many in the 80s. But we had cable TV. We always had food. We always had clean clothes. All the shit that matters. We weren't going and buying kids' toys every week, though. We weren't those kinds of kids where, like, you know, mom takes them to the store and the kid's leaving with a new toy every week. We didn't get that. My mother was very good about that. We you know, even now. Oh, I actually remember that. All right, last week I went grocery shopping, and I'm in line. I'm standing there, and I'm looking at the Shrinky Dink toy. Like, no, not Shrinky Dinks. They're the foam toys where you get packed like 2 or 3. Why did I just pull that out? I didn't want to pull it out. I wanted to fill it up. So there's Americans, and we'll know this toy. It's not really a toy. They're sponges. They're bath toys. They're discovery toys. They're neat little things you give a little kid. Hope they don't eat them. Just as to keep the surprise and wonder. They're cheap little foam toys. A little water dissolvable capsule with a foam figurine that's been dehydrated and compressed so much that it fits in a little, like, pill-sized tablet. And they sell them now. Like, when I was a kid, they sold them at, like, you know, you could only buy like 5 or 6 at the grocery stores checkout, and they were like $1 or $2. Now they sell them at like 20 count. And I'm standing there in line, and I'm looking at the things, and there's 2 guys right ahead of me. And I go, and they were getting ready to go to getting ready to go to Music Festival, which Music Fest here, and which is a big music festival down here. So they had drinks and stuff, and I go, dear God, I mean, I hate how much of a little kid I am that I really, really, really want to buy that little Shrinky Dink toy. the little Shrinky sponge toy. And they turn and look, and they're like, oh, yeah, I used to love those as a kid. I go, yeah, we did too, but we weren't allowed to have them a lot. So now that I'm an adult, I can buy them whenever I want, and I have to fight my urges to buy the damn things. And I do. I have to like tell myself, no, they're just you'll do one or two, or you'll do a whole thing in a cup, and you'll throw them away. Because all they are is a little foam toy. What do you want? What's up? What do you want, Dickie? You gotta go potty? You gotta go bathroom? Alright, guys, I'll be right back. My little sponge is topped up on top of me. And he's refusing to get off my chest unless I take him out to go to the bathroom. So, let's take him out for a bathroom break. Be right back. Can you hear me okay? Alright. Back to live. So anyway, bear with me. I have Rice Krispie treats. Rice Krispies. Tires and wheels. Tires and wheels. Okay, so let's pick a set of wheels for this thing. Yeah. Nope, not that many. And let's put race wheels on it. Or slicks. I'm gonna put slicks on it. Putting slightly bigger wheels on the back. Bear with me. Oh, I forgot to check if I had rims. Doesn't matter, I'm not putting those rims on the car, so. I gotta sell all those. Make Jonathan happy. put new interior in. Okay. Six fabric, huh? No, we're gonna do these. Don't ask me why I'm. Okay. And bench town. No. Okay. Nope. And the steering wheel doesn't have a specific steering wheel. Okay. What we got here? We'll go that one. Hey, Dalton. I'm building the whiny little bitchmobile patrol car number 2. I think I've got everything in it. Checklist. What? No way I missed that much shit. Not bad, but not great. Yesterday was a bit of a thing at work. At the end of my shift, we had an incident where, oh, I know what to push for. We had somebody try to commit suicide near where I worked, and I happened to be one of the first people to hear her, and didn't realize where she was screaming. It was a thing. Screaming and carrying on, and she was well off the ground on an overpass and planning to jump. And we think it was a cry for help, or at least attention, because she waited until I was about to... Yeah, I'd rolled up on my bike after delivering for the last time during that day, and it was like 1:50 in the morning, and I hear a scream and a bunch of yelling, carrying on like somebody fighting. And I'm looking around on the ground area over by where they have homeless people living, because it was an underpass area. We were right next to an underpass, a bridge up and down an overpass. So I'm not looking in the right direction. It took somebody else to notice that there was somebody on the overpass. And I looked and I'm like, oh shit, that's where that sound was coming from. So it was the whole thing. Kind of fucked with my night. Other than that, it wasn't horrible, but we did stop her from jumping. People from the, we got a guy up behind her, one of our delivery guys was able to get up behind her and stop her from jumping. Gee, I guess it was good to have a starter in place, huh? I gotta lift this thing up. Because that's why. Is that what's stopping it from? There it is. That whole thing's keeping me from seeing this. So yeah, it was just a crappy end to a, not crappy completely, but it could have been absolutely, because if she'd actually jumped, I would have had to sit down with cops, and I hate dealing with police when it comes to, interviewing and shit. Because they treat you like a criminal even though you did nothing wrong. And there's nothing wrong with being tired and having, been on a bicycle for 9.5 hours. There's nothing wrong with being tired. It's what happens. You don't notice shit as quickly. Okay, what can we sell for at the moment? 57,000, not bad. The fact that I had 80 when I started, so I spent 73. Gotta put plates on it. Okay. And you took too long, Jonathan. I'm making number 2. You took too long. 60 grand just by putting plates and tags on it. Okay, move you to suspension. Okay, I'm gonna check something real quick. Okay, right now I can sell it for 60, because that's, okay, 6002. We'll go with the profit number, because it's highlighted and it's easier number to remember. So let's see what happens when we, like, fix the alignment. How much of an actual gain do we get? It was just something I was wondering about. Okay. Gotta be closer. No gain from doing that. From fucking aligning the tires. Hey, Tanner. Any change from doing that? No change from alignment and lights. What if we do the... Checking brakes. Dalton, you gotta pick a car. We'll go to the junkyard and you'll pick a car and I'll build it and we'll do something for it. Okay, did that change the price any? No. Let's go tune it. I didn't put a custom gearbox in this pig. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I forgot to put the custom gearbox on it. Nope, up higher. I'm betting just do it now, because I know I'm gonna have to take the wheel off. I forgot to replace this. Oh, why do I got... You let me put it on from underneath the car, but you won't let me take it off? That's crap. Okay. Bye. I'm gonna have to do the damn speed switch again. Yep, okay. Hitting escape should let you escape whatever you've just done. I hate that. Why won't it move you? There we go. Even more horsepower. Now take it to a paint shop. None. None. Dude. Even the top one. Bitch Patrol 2. Okay, review to there. You should be able to level out. I don't like that you can't level out. And let's go to the speed track. There's no way that's ready to drive. Turn to go. Gotta reset frickin'. We're gonna have to reset the engine and the gears. Keep popping in neutral. Get you. Heck, here. Reset. Well, actually, we can still add a 6th gear. Reset. Apply. Add a 6th gear. Apply. Now let's try it. Wall. 251. 251 kilometers per hour. All right. 251 kilometers. kph miles per hour. 155.9. Just under 156 miles per hour. So you can do 156. And how much are we getting for it? All that just to get another. I spent $1,000 to get another $965. Because it costs like $1,200 for the gearbox. We're doing this baby next. I should work on the Jaguar soon too. Jaguar will make me money. But I want to see this baby up and cooking. Why'd I move it over there? I wanted to put it away. Now. Ooh, I can put multiple different engines in this bad boy. I can build the Hemi. What's in you right now? An engine V8. Oh no, we're putting a Hemi in this. We're gonna put a Hemi in this. We're putting a freaking Hemi in it. I don't care. I don't care. We're putting a Hemi in it. I got Hemi parts. We're putting a Hemi in it. First, we're going to strip it down. We gotta strip everything out, of course. Hopefully, it'll be a quick breakdown. broken. Let me finish taking away the brake. Hush, Papa. And again, we're putting all high-end parts on this bad boy, because, a Hemi with nothing but high-end, power. Anybody remembers the old Tim Allen TV series, Toolman, putting out a home improvement. Let me, yeah. Drum brakes on the back, which is not perfect, but this is what we gotta deal with. But at least we'll have the high-end brakes in the front. I was wondering what we could put what car had a Hemi engine that was part of the build. I found Hemi parts and repaired them. So I was wondering what Hemi engine there was out there. You know, what car did they have that took Hemi? Because I didn't think of it, yeah, because they don't have like a, they don't have the CUDA or anything like that, unless it's a DLC. Well, we're trying to get just the junk parts out. get everything. You go away. I knew I had more parts to. This is called a what again? Okay, Typhoon. Yeah, and I'm putting a Hemi in it. I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go repair all these parts, but. Damn it. Oh, Christ, couldn't repair the one thing. I missed on the one thing. Alright, here. Clear search. Sell parts. Anything under 98%. Sell. Here. Damn it. I'm gonna buy at least one tire, 2 tires. Building the Hemi. Why am I not seeing the Hemi? Is that it? Why is it? How do they have it marked again? V8 Hemi 44 Magnum. Okay, so it's not gonna V8 supercharged Land Rover 4x4 AX supercharged. There we are. Oh. Don't need that. Okay. Clear the shopping list. Because this is about to get expensive. Mission Coil B, do not have. Actually, I should have that. I do, but I want the high-end one. What? I'm not gonna sell this car. I'm about to spend a lot of money on it. Yeah, I just showed you all of them, really. If you looked at all the ones that were there showing, that's all I can build. There's not that, yeah, there's not really all that many. You're kidding. I don't have any V8. That feels bad. It's the only thing that sucks. You can't get a... Okay. And... I need to clear my shopping list. Try to get too many things in there. That I know I have. And those too. Okay, those we buy at the regular parts store. Don't mind me if I seem to space out, guys. That's kind of why I'm playing the game. I just want to relax and do something kind of fun that I don't really have to think. Just gotta focus on the next piece. Try to lit. It's getting in the way of my arm and I'm unintentionally causing it to fritz, I think. Let me know if you guys lose my voice or I get really staticky. Because there's an odd kink in my cable. It's one of the reasons it was, refurbished. Not what I wanted to do. Oh, this one uses rods. I have no push rods. You're kidding me. I actually have it. But is there a tuned up part version? There is. Much as I would rather use the actual Hemi one that I rebuilt. If I build the second one of these, I'll put in a stock engine, stock Hemi. Really? No rocker arms for that? Yeah, since they don't have to be bought. Since I can buy do 2 engines and use the same ones, even though this is the high end. Again, check your tuner. Okay, new. And no, I have no clue why it's orange. or yellowish orange. There's absolutely no clue why that's that color. It's just the color they decided to pick. That's one of the things I rebuilt. Ah, damn it. Hit the wrong button. Got beautiful chrome. I think the red actually looks good with that. Too bad we're going to cover it up. Not have any V8. Check and see if there are any timing belts. Why would you have like high-end belts? That just seems kind of ridiculous to me. We got 5 of these. Okay, but I gotta see if there's a high-end version. That's the... I don't think the water pumps come in high-end. Okay. I knew I rebuilt the water pump. Pulleys, search nearest craft, and crankshaft. You can see the ceiling fan. There's a fan light up there. Okay. Yeah, I have a couple of those, but I also think they're in the tune-up shop. Yep. I have a couple of these. But again, that's why I have one. Okay. Here, I'll show you what engines up. Alright, so. 11 pages. B6M64.01, 14 DOHE, HQBC, 14 COH, 16, B6, B6, B6 Hemi. Wait, that can't be right. Why did it jump to the... Oh, because I'm an idiot. Got the B6M64, the B6450, B6MA, i3DOHC, i3J Turbo, 1424 PT, 14 4x4, then the AQC, the AQC 4-wheel drive, then the BFM, big fucking machine, TAE, then the 14 DOHC Turbo, then 14D T2220 or 224, then the SOH 4x4, then you got the ABT, BMJ, 14 OHC Diesel, then the DOHC ADI 15. Then we jump to the 16 COHCs, BUE Turbo, FMW, 16 HOC, 16 XK, V10, V12s. V6H, JD. Yeah, I don't know why they put the V10s and V12s right in the middle of all the V6s. It's just, I think it's all based off of their horsepower and stuff. Because if you notice, the horsepower is going up. The problem is the diesels. The car has to be able to. I have to go look. I'll show you when we get back to the car. You can only put an engine into a car that the engine will work in. Like, I would love to put this big ass beast into a little Honda. I would love to chop and because that's what you in the real world. If you can get mounting blocks that'll fit, if you can mount it properly to the frame and get mounting blocks to hold, you could chuck a V8 supercharged, a big old beefy boy like this, into a little four-banger frame. They do it all the time. They do it to. I mean, that's what my hot rods are all about. They're all like Volkswagens and old school cars that have gotten like V8s chucked into them, Hemis. Big old engines like the 44 Magnum Hemi, 44 six-pack, and these guys. Those are all the engines. There's not that many, honestly. But alright, like, say, the Jaguar here. One, it's a DLC car. Okay, this Jaguar, I can only put in that engine. The Jaguar engine. The V12 H8. Only one I can put into the car. Because that's what it's a DLC. But it's a V12. So, now this one, I got a few choices. I got the V8 1-carb HOV, V8 2-carb HOV supercharged, the V8 2-carb HOV regular, the V8 Hemi 44 6-pack, or the V8 Hemi 44 Magnum. And I went with the 44 Magnum. Probably could have gotten the 6-pack. Is the 6-pack got more horsepower? It's got a little bit more horsepower than Manic Bound. Yeah, it's not by much though. It's got like 15 points, both for 15 points of horsepower, and I could have built the 6-pack, but the 6-pack's just a different top piece. I don't see much change in anything else. But, I want to do the Magnum because the 44. Yeah, because the 40. It's a better engine. I like the engine better. It looks cooler. That's not the one I'm going to put it on. You no go here. You go there. Okay. Now I've already stripped out everything else. I made a mistake last time I put the frame together before putting the engine in, and put in shit I didn't need. See, now what came in this car is the V8 twin carb AOH V, not the supercharged. I could have put the supercharged into it, but I don't need to. No, we're putting that bad boy in there like that. You can go now. What I do need to do is buy body parts. Clear my checklist first. The only part I was able to repair was the door. Alrighty. Might as well just do this. Oh, need the left door. The only thing that I could fix was the frickin' one door panel. And I'm fairly sure this is the car that killed James Dean. Not the actual, but this model car is the one that killed James Dean. Okay, clear our shopping list. Start installing parts. Don't have it. Okay. I'm out of rubber bushings. Eesh. I should just buy 50s both. So I might buy 100. I don't use this. Well, no, I do use the smaller ones a lot, actually. Because you can't repair these. You go through a lot of them. I don't have any. I didn't put any spark plugs in this thing. Which means I didn't put... That's why I wish there was a checklist ability. For when you build the engine. You don't get the neat little checklist thing like when you build the engine. I know the gearbox ain't there. Gearbox is over here. don't think I built any of those recently. Kind of bugs me that I forgot the frickin' spark plugs. Build the shocks. Wishbone, rear. Double wishbone. Drop it down so I can put the spark plugs in that I forgot. And the ignition coils. I wish this would self-populate if you had the parts. So it does look like I need to buy more Type Cs. Looks like the engine is completely assembled. Let's do the checklist. Drum brake, brake shoe, fuel pump. Fuel tank, leak spring, for tire, steering, yeah. Okay, so that's all back end stuff. Alright, that's all the stuff I gotta do from here. Just checking. With the drum brakes, you can't get high end. It's a little disappointing. Going. Tires, 1, 2, 3, 4 rims, seat. Everything else is cosmetic. Well, not the end, not the wheels, of course, but you know what I mean. All I gotta do is fill all the fuel thingies up. What the crap view is version? How am I supposed to see what I'm doing? How am I supposed to see what I'm doing with that? No, no, no. Frick that. Where's your dipstick? So it still needs a wheel. I'm gonna guess that it's full because, yeah, this is great. I love this, you know. Let's just blindly, let's not go to the side of the car where we can actually see what we're doing. Let's do it from the front. Not even half full. This makes absolute sense. Okay. I need that. Why did they show me two different ones? That makes no sense. Okay, I need one Typhoon 17-inch wheel. Oh, rim. What's the difference? Ah, 255, 225. All right, okay. 225, 255, 65. Shit, I already bought one of those. Hope that's the right size. Yep, I'm down 225, 2. I think I saw some rims. Make you pure as happy. I'll put the tires on the right way, according to Daryl. It's a freaking video game. I don't really care. Oddly enough, in the video game, they don't give a shit if you do it in star pattern or not. I want to see what if there's some accessories up here. Nope, not that one. No accessories. Don't you dare ever put anything other than what... Yeah, this deserves its original shit. License plates. I'm keeping this car. Louisiana. paint shop. I'm gonna paint it. Let's see what other liveries it has. There's the nun. 2. Oh, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I'll change the color though. I actually like that. Oh. But there we go. There we go. There we go. Paint. Wheels aligned. Just seeing if I get points for this, because when you do this on other on the on the car before you get everything done, you get points. Okay, so my XP is not going up. All right. I'm adding a 5th and a 6th gear. Now we're taking it to the racetrack. track. $336 km/h. Let's restart. 336. Oh, I'm sorry. 6 km/h. 208.7. Let's see if we can beat it. $238. 238, which means 338, 210 miles per hour. Oosh. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it there. I got to get something to eat. And, I said it wasn't supposed to be a long stream today. Just wanted to get out here and, say hello, let you guys know I'm here. I'm alive. A little stressed, but other than that, I'm good. I'll see you tomorrow. Probably with a grandpa stream. At least doing truck driving. But other than that, you guys have a good one. Let's see if there's anybody else alive. I don't think there is, though. Somebody else live? Let's see. Oh, Scoose is live. We'll go raid Scoose. Go raid Scoose. And you guys have a good one.